Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of Zoom edition of the Sports Wire. Sorry, went a little fuzzy right there. I'm your host, Tyler Panero.
I'm Andrew Youngworth.
So we are back. We're consistent. Who would have thought two college kids can be consistent at something? It's a damn miracle. But Andrew, we are here
Absolutely.
for the second episode. We're gonna just jump right in to sum it up. So first thing, October's coming. I can smell it. I don't know about
Oh
you.
yeah.
The October energy is in the air, and you can definitely feel that right now in the MLB, specifically the American League, but the National League is pretty competitive as well. So right now, I want to talk standings. So right now, the AL playoff picture is currently the Blue Jays have the number one overall seed.
Yep.
Seattle clinched last night, the
They
AL,
did.
and the Guardians right now are on top of the AL Central with the three wildcard teams right now being the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Tigers. But if the Astros lose one more game, they are out.
And
The-
that's not gonna happen today.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen today. I believe they won
No.
9-0, 10-0, something like that.
Last I checked, they were up 10-1, so that's not gonna be the case today.
But if the Red Sox win it tonight, the Red Sox will be in
Yep.
100%. So we'll obviously be watching that tightly after this episode. We're recording this on Thursday. You guys are probably gonna see this on Friday. I'm assuming
Most likely.
because Andrew's been grinding on the graphics beforehand, has a lot of that ready to go. So shout out to him. And
Of course.
I'll get some of this edited tonight. I gotta watch some things tonight though, so I'll work on that afterwards. But yeah, Andrew, the American League playoff picture. I can read the National League too if you want before we get into anything. What would you prefer?
Read the National League. We'll summarize the National League and then get into the AL.
Yeah, the AL is where it's a little bit more crazy, even though there's a lot of teams that aren't officially knocked out yet in the National League. Right now, there are five teams that are in the playoffs in the National League. It is the Brewers, who are the number one overall seed. The Phillies are in second. Dodgers are in third. The Cubs are in, and the Padres are in. And we've got a five-team race for that final spot. We got the Mets, who have it right now by half a game behind the Reds. Then the Reds are right outside. Diamondbacks are a game and a half behind. The Giants are 3.5 behind. The Cardinals are 3.5 behind. And the Marlins are actually 4 games behind. So the Marlins have the slightest bit of hope right now. They're 8-2 in their last 10 to make it. I don't think it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
they would need a miracle.
It would need a miracle. I think it's gonna come down to either the Mets, Reds, or the Diamondbacks.
I
I think the Giants are a lost cause, the Cardinals are a lost cause, and the Marlins are a lost cause.
think the Giants are actually formally eliminated. I don't think they have a chance anymore.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah, I think the Giants are officially out. So the Rafi Devers trade proved to be
The Sox won the trade essentially.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, a lot of this is already locked in. Like 5 of the 6 spots are already secure over here. But Andrew, I'm curious. Who do you think is gonna get this final wild card spot?
In the NL, I think the final wild card spot does go to the Mets.
Yep.
The Reds are trying to not get the wild card spot. Everything like they've been playing atrocious baseball, and I mean they haven't been terrible. They've won I think 7 of their last 10, but the
Yep.
way like last night they barely pulled away against an atrocious. I'm blanking. Who is it that they played an awful team last night and they
Uh,
barely won.
I'll take a
The
look.
Pirates. They barely beat the Pirates last night.
Yep.
Um, Failed. I think the Reds are playing atrocious baseball, and I think the Mets, although the Mets are coming off a loss yesterday, actually look pretty good. So I'm going to go Mets with the final wild card spot. Plus, I think the Mets are better than the Reds, so the Mets should be in the playoffs. Because I think the Mets, if they get some momentum in the wild card round, they could do some damage later on for sure.
I agree with that. The Mets playoff energy is a very real thing. The regular season Mets are also a very real thing when they keep you on the edge of the seat. But oh man, if the Mets make it to the postseason, it's a wild ride. We saw it last year with the Mets.
We
Won,
did,
won a
yeah.
lot of games that they probably should not have won last year. So yeah, NL's looking pretty locked in right now. There's still some room for error. But now let's get to where things are very competitive over here in the American League. Anybody can walk away with the one seed right now in the American League. Truly.
Yep.
Any team can like lose a game and so much will change. So right now, like I said, Toronto is in first at 90 and 68. They have to play Boston again tonight, which has so many implications for just the AL East and not even the entire American League picture. We got Seattle, who I said clinched last night. They are 89-69 on the year. Cleveland is on top of the American League Central right now at 86 and 72. Yankees have the first wild card spot. same record as the Jays. The Jays just have the season series lead on them. Red Sox are in the fifth seed, uh, sitting at 87 and 71. If they win it tonight, they are in. And right now, there's a half game difference between the Tigers and the Astros for that final spot. Tigers have a record of 85 and 73. The Astros have a record of 85 and 74 because they already played today and got their win. So I believe if the Astros lose another game, they are out. Correct?
Yeah, the Astros have to play perfect baseball.
Yes.
Actually,
Without their best
not
player.
not necessarily though, because the Astros lose one more game. It's not set for them. The Tigers could
Yeah.
very well lose to the Sox, lose the series to the Sox, maybe get swept by the Sox.
That's what I mean.
It's
I mean,
the
if the Astros lose another game, their odds decrease drastically because Boston will be.
decrease drastically. It's the sixth spot for sure. If the Astros lose again, Boston clinches.
Yes. Yes.
That's what
That's
happens. If
what
the
I meant.
Astros lose again, then the Red Sox clinch a playoff spot. So all of a sudden, this final spot is coming down to Detroit and Houston because Detroit is not passing Cleveland anymore. Cleveland already took the series, so now they're ahead of them in the standings and ahead of them in the series season series tiebreaker. So the Tigers and the Astros seem to be fighting for that sixth spot. I do believe the Red Sox will lock up the five spot at some point. Hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow.
I love it to see it tonight. You love locking us in his playoff spot
I'm
against.
I'm itching for Red Sox October baseball, Tyler. I need it.
I think the wild card Red Sox are also a very real thing. We saw what they did last time they were in the wild card to the New York Yankees, actually.
Of course.
Yeah. Do you how much of this do you see changing? Like, obviously the Mariners have the West, but do you see Detroit resurging? Obviously, it's going to be against Boston, so there might be some bias here in our picks. And do you see Toronto keeping the AL East, or do you see New York or Boston coming away with it?
There's so much to talk about here. If the Tigers missing the playoffs would be the craziest story in years in
Yes.
the MLB. If the Tigers would have missed the playoffs, that would be devastating for everyone on the team, the whole fan base, that whole franchise would suffer a ginormous blow if they were to miss the playoffs after having a five, like they were 5 games ahead of second place in the MLB at one point in July. The Tigers at one point looked like the best team in baseball.
They
Now
had,
they're fighting for the final spot in the wild card.
I believe, if you count Scooble, I believe they had four starters in the All-Star game, I want to say.
They did, yeah.
Avi, Riley Green, and Glaber were on the field, and then Scooble started. Right? Well,
Yep.
Scooble didn't start
No,
because
Scribble did not start.
he had to pitch that week, but he was
Yeah,
going.
no, it was yeah.
Scooble was like voted as a starter, but he didn't start.
He, yeah, he
Crochet didn't.
he has the starting name. Like,
Yes, yeah, and Crochet
but
didn't for the same reasons.
I think another crazy story besides the wild card is the one spot. All of a sudden, the Mariners are looking to take the one spot, and they were fighting for a 60 wild card spot 4 weeks ago. The
Hmm.
Mariners are on fire. Cleveland's on fire. Cleveland won't get the one seed, but they took the division, so they're a top three seed for sure. That's an amazing story in Cleveland because they weren't supposed to make it.
So the one
A
thing
couple
that
weeks ago, we were looking at the Royals as being one of the teams to possibly make it, and
mhm.
now the Royals are done and out of
Royals
the count.
Royals are done, the Rangers are done, the Rays are done, and that's it. And those teams I just said all have like better or the same record as teams that are still alive in the National League. So that just shows you how competitive this American League is compared to the National League.
It's crazy competitive, but I gotta tell you, right now, I still do think the NL is better than the AL.
Yes, I think the NL's more
The
talent,
AL is so competitive, but the NL is much better in
skill
terms of
wise,
talent.
skill wise, and talent wise. I think the NL is better, but like
I
competitive wise,
agree.
it doesn't get much better than the American League, if you ask me.
Right now, absolutely not. We got three teams fighting for first place. We got two
Yeah,
teams fighting for the sixth spot. It's unbelievable. I mean, I'll tell you this though, as a Sox fan, I want to play the Yankees in the wild card. I know
I do as well.
we're beating up on the Jays right now, so you'd be thinking, why don't we want to play the Jays? The Toronto in the playoffs hits different. The Rogers Center is a dangerous place
The
in the
Rogers Center is a
playoffs.
scary place. Yankee Stadium is a very
I
scary
would
place,
much rather play at Yankee Stadium than Rogers Center. I'm not gonna lie.
but the Canadians are crazy. This is very true.
They are.
We saw the Jose Bautista home run, obviously. I think everybody has seen that clip.
That 2015 run was legendary. You got Encarnacion's walk off, and then you got that Bautista home run, of course.
So there's so much baseball. I'm assuming there's going to be more baseball talk in Stock Up, Stock Down. But one thing I want to get to real quickly is it's award season in the world of soccer right now. And finally, I want to give a big shout out to Sean Leary on this, our soccer fan.
Yep.
Dembele finally won his Ballon d'Or after
He
being
did
after being one of the greatest young prospects for so long. He
for
finally
so
had
long.
the Ballon d'Or in his possession. Couldn't be happier for him.
Took him 28 years of his life to win
Yeah.
it, and he finally got it done. So happy for him. Dude completely deserved it. No one else deserved it.
Hmm.
Like he was the best player in the Champions League winner. I think he had 37 goals this past year. I mean, unbelievable stuff from him. And something I do want to talk about is like the top 10 standings overall. I don't have too many complaints, but I do have a couple. Well, first off, shout out to my guy Cole Palmer, Chelsea fan. He finished number 8th. He had a great season. Um, the final two was between Dembele and Lamine Yamal, and I'm not upset by it, but I think Vitina deserves to be number two.
Hmm.
Also, a PSG player, Dembele's teammate. I think he had an unbelievable season. I do think that Lamine Yamal is getting the superstar treatment that you could say like LeBron gets
Yeah,
in terms of award races, or like I'm trying to think of a
especially
really
being
good
so young.
example.
Yeah,
But I think Lamine Yamal kind of got forced into the top two, and I'm not upset by it. He's one of the best players in the world, of course. But I think Vitina deserved a little more respect because he finished fifth in the top 10. It wasn't even like he was third. He finished fifth. I did not like that rating for him at all. I thought he had an unbelievable season. I think they kind of did him dirty there. But I'm so happy for Dembele. He deserved it completely.
yeah. I mean, I've seen so much about this lately, and like I've reheard the story about Dembele, like all the clubs he's played for, how he was one of the best prospects when he was a teenager and all that. So finally seeing this come full circle was something magical to see.
Yeah, yeah, it's great for him.
Yeah. So right before we get into the wildness of the NFL, there's not a lot of NBA to talk about right now because obviously free agency's already happened, trades have already happened. Training camp is getting there, but we're not quite at training camp yet. Some teams are practicing. One other thing happened. We can just like swoop right by this real quick. Fred VanVleet is going to miss the entire year with a torn ACL. We saw a huge blow for Rockets fans. Feel very bad for them. I'm curious to see what Houston does, but other speaking of injuries, the thing I want to touch on is Jason Tatum finally like addressed the public in interviews after tearing his Achilles in the second round of the playoffs last year. So Andrew, he was on First Take. We saw him on some other talk shows. What did you think of what Tatum had to say?
Um, I almost don't believe him as much as I want to believe him.
Yep.
I can't imagine that he has a recovery as fast as he says he's going to. That would be one of the craziest things I would ever see from an athlete. That'd be one of the strongest, like most non-human traits I've ever seen from someone to be able to recover that quickly
Yep.
from an injury like his. The words he said about wanting to retire and wanting to quit after was a little tough to hear
Yeah.
because
That hurt me like deep down. I know what you mean.
I do think Tatum is a little bit dramatic though. Like I could kind of see him saying that, but I don't know. I did not like hearing that come from him, but I did love like hearing him talk about he's in rehab for 6 days of the week constantly, and he said he's not doing it for no reason. If he
Yep.
was guaranteed not going to come back this year, why would he rush the rehab process? So while I do think he will eventually be back, I think it'll be a Roman thing where we got to get to a certain point for him to come back. I've heard that he might be back by March. That'd be crazy.
That would be
If
insane, but that would also kind of scare me as if like he's trying to rush it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, I
this
agree.
is sounding very like Aaron Rodgers-ish when he tore his Achilles with the Jets. You know what I'm talking about? How it's like,
Yeah,
oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing in December. Like, why is he rushing it? Like, I don't mean to sound like this, but I feel like a lot of us Celtics fans have accepted that this is going to be like a gap year, if you want to call it that.
it's a gap year, but we're still gonna be a 4 or 5 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, like obviously we ended up trading Porzingis and Holiday due to the
Hmm.
second apron. CJ McCollum, I still don't forgive you for that. Uh, Al Horford is probably gonna walk or he's gonna retire.
Al
That
Horford's a warrior.
he is a Warrior. Is
He
this
is.
100% certain? I haven't
I,
seen.
I'm pretty sure he is
Yeah, well
planning
we can
to
all
sign
say
with them.
pretty sure, but I'm not gonna believe it until it's 100% fact. Like I've heard
I saw a Celtics fan page the other day. It was like pretty much confirmed. I don't know. I think it might have happened. I'll actually look it up.
he's probably I've heard that
Double check that.
I've heard he's going to sign once they figure out the whole Jonathan Kuminga situation. Because obviously Jonathan Kuminga can't make up his mind with what he wants to do right now.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, but it's very likely. So we'll see what goes on with that. I think he'll give it one more year with Golden State. It would
Maybe.
suck to see. I kind of want him to retire.
I don't know. I feel like if he hasn't made his decision already, he might retire.
That's a good point too.
So whatever happens with Al, I wish him the best. I met him right after the finals. I think I showed you that. Great dude. He was so kind, but
And Tito's the GOAT.
yep. But other things I'm saying about the gap year, it's like Jaylen Brown is streaming on Twitch, racing speed in the streets of Boston. Derek
Yep,
White, Derek White is doing a podcast. Like there's so many side quests that the Celtics are doing right now to
I
just
know.
fill the void of like all the depression that's occurred within the past couple of months of being a Celtics fan. But I think we are going to be back. I think we're going to get another one in the Tatum and Brown era, and I'm sure we'll be discussing it right here on this show. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, it's gonna look very different. It's not if they do end up winning another one, it's not how we envisioned it at all.
Yep.
But I mean, it's a cool story to tell once it's all said and done.
Yep. So now, last thing on Sum It Up, let's just talk about. I think this NFL season has been off to the best start in a very, very long time. I just want to
It's
put it.
been weird.
Every
It's been
week
weird.
has had madness in a different type of way, and it's just been absolutely lovely to watch. So, Andrew, we talked about this last week. What is going on with kickers right now, man?
I mean, Parker Romo went 0 for 2, so apparently he's not the answer.
Yep.
We'll find out. We'll find out this Sunday if Parker Romo's the right guy. But man, that first miss was tough.
I
Yeah,
agree.
kickers have been going crazy. Upsets have been absurd. Week 3 was
Getting about a
not
thousand,
what I expected.
a lot of blocked kicks, a lot of pick sixes. I
Yep.
think there was four like different teams that recorded a pick six this past Sunday.
Yeah, and Isaiah Rodgers had the best defensive display ever from a
Yeah,
single player ever.
yeah, he definitely did, and one of my fantasy teams definitely felt the wrath of that. So thanks for bringing
Yeah,
that up. But to recap last week, let's go back into here.
the 1 o'clock games were boring
Yep,
until all of them suddenly came down to the wire because the Bucks almost blew a lead,
yep,
got a field goal blocked, but then still ended up kicking the game winner. The Bucks were up by like 20, and the Jets magically came back. What else? Oh, the Eagles. The Rams were up by a ton. They blew it. Eagles got a blocked field goal for the win.
yep.
I mean, just the 1 o'clock games were so. And then the Falcons did not come back. They lost 30-0 to the Panthers, which was outrageous, disappointing, embarrassing, pathetic, just every negative term you could think of. The Patriots,
I was gonna
they
say
can't hold on to the football on the goal line.
the
That was
Patriots.
also pathetic.
That game was pure rage bait.
Yeah,
Chargers Broncos was incredible. That was
that game was phenomenal. I watched every bit of that game.
two of the 4 o'clock games were great. The other two were kind of blowouts. The other one that I really loved was Niners Cardinals. That game
Niners Cardinals was
so
a
good for
good
a Celtics
game.
fan.
It was a little boring, but it was a good game. It was interesting.
It was really good for it had no reason to be good. Probably
Back,
the most shocking game of the week. Cleveland upset Green Bay.
was absurd.
I did not see that coming. Green Bay's defense, not Green Bay, sorry,
Cleveland's defense.
Cleveland's defense, thank you, is very, very legit. Their
Yeah, they
offense,
got a good defense.
their offense, I don't know what's going on there, but if you have Miles Garrett on your team, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, and Miles Garrett wasn't getting that many defensive snaps towards the end of the game. He was on the sideline a lot.
Mm. It might
He's
not
just able. He's able to lead them.
it might not be Jake Browning season after all.
No,
No.
no, I don't think that's exactly the way the Bengals are gonna look towards. But it may be Mac Jones' season in San Francisco. Dude had a injured leg and carried them to the win.
And apparently CJ Stroud and Caleb Williams pulled a Freaky Friday and changed bodies.
If Stroud does not win this upcoming Sunday, I don't know what's gonna happen to Houston, but something big is gonna happen this offseason. If Houston starts 0-4, because if you start 0-4, the season's done. You got to 0-3
Essentially.
even it's a tough spot to rebound from.
Yep.
If you start 0-4, the season's over.
Hmm.
I well, that was a tough loss. Stroud threw an atrocious interception
That was
to end
bad.
the game, and they were gifted an opportunity too. Lawrence did not play amazing.
Yeah, they were both gifted like many opportunities. Like not even both. Stroud
It
was
was a
given
weird fourth quarter.
CJ Stroud was given so many chances to march down and win that game. And it was honestly pretty impressive that he didn't win the game, given how many chances he got to go and win.
Yeah, I know. It was.
And
all of the 1 o'clock games were just odd. So many teams just did not feel like winning. It
mhm.
was it was an odd Sunday, but week four, we got some more good matchups. I expect another good weekend. We actually did pretty good on our pick'ems. We'll get to that in a bit.
We'll throw the record
But
on the screen when we get to pick them, but I think you beat me by like a game or two this week, I want to
the
say.
game, one
In game?
game.
One game,
That
okay.
was the one difference. Yep.
All right, so now let's just jump right into stock up, stock down real quick. Both of mine are baseball related, so I'll just say my stock up first. He's finally back from the dead. The Macho Man, Masataka Yoshida, is my stock up. The guy has been on fire hitting. He went deep yesterday. He had a couple RBIs yesterday. Bat has
He
finally been
did.
on fire. He stopped grounding out to second base, which I didn't think was going to be possible. But yeah, Masataka Yoshida is very clearly my stock up right now.
Yoshida had a double yesterday. He had a home run yesterday, and he had one of the best games of his season and one of the most important games of the Red Sox season. So it could
Yes.
not have come at a better time. Same with Narvaez. He also recently has been having some of his
Yep.
better games at the right time.
When I
So
saw the
I
lineup
love the
tonight,
Yoshida. What's up?
I saw the lineup tonight. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
All
Wong
good.
Wong is in tonight instead of Narvaez, which I don't understand.
No,
Patrick Narvaez has a double and a home run. I don't understand why we're not going to put him in, but you know what? I'm not Alex Cora. Things are working right now, so I trust the process, I guess.
and a quick score update. It is 0-0, end of one.
Yep. Okay, we
Right
can.
now we are filming this at 7 p.m. on Thursday, just
Yep.
so you guys know.
Yeah, we can follow along here. So yeah, Andrew, what is your stock up?
My stock up, we're gonna head to the NFL. I own his jersey. I believe you own his jersey as well. We both love this guy. Fishing club owner, Justin Herbert.
Yes, sir, my
Just an
guy.
he's been, in my opinion, he is based on this season,
Hold
he
on, yeah,
is the
I'll be right
third.
back.
All right.
I gotta grab something.
Tyler's gonna go grab his jersey. I do not have mine with me here at school, but Justin Herbert so far is playing like the third best quarterback in the NFL. I would put him behind Allen and maybe Lamar. Honestly, right now I'd put Herbert above Lamar. So I would say Herbert is currently playing like the second best quarterback in football.
There it
He
is.
is there. It is. There it is. There's the jersey,
Man,
man.
man, the myth, the soon-to-be MVP, Justin Herbert. Shout
Bolt
out to
up. He leads the league in yards by a lot. He's fifth in touchdowns. Only got one pick on the year, and it was honestly it was a tough interception. But Herbert, man, he has been slinging it. He's turned one receiver that was said to be just gone, and he's turned him into a stud. Quentin Johnston was almost out of the league. He was looked
Yep.
at as Jalen Rager almost. Like they had very very similar play styles, which is just being awful. And now Quentin Johnston is like a new deep threat for Herbert. Quentin Johnston has racked in multiple 30 plus yard receptions, and he looks amazing. He's also revived Keenan Allen's career,
Yep.
and obviously Lad McConkey. He's been okay. I
I
mean,
think
he's
Ryan
skilled,
McConkey will
but
turn it up.
Herbert makes McConkey good.
I think McConkey will turn up. Like
I
he
think he
gets,
will too.
if you watch the games, McConkey gets held so much when
Last
he
week especially was tough. McConkey was getting
when he
it was atrocious.
when McConkey breaks off the line, he gets his jersey pulled right away.
He does.
But you mentioned Quentin Johnson. I want to say something really quick about him. You saw I made a very, very wild trade in one of my fantasy leagues. So
Yes.
in one of my leagues, I am the owner of Jamar Chase in both of my leagues. I made a trade. I sent away Chuba Hubbard and Tyreek Hill, and I received Christian McCaffrey. So that opened up the door for my wide receiver too. Some of the guys that didn't make the cut were Devontae Smith, Debo, and Hollywood Brown did not make the cut. And Andrew, the wide receiver two for my team now is our guy, Quentin Johnson.
Hey man, Quentin Johnston. I don't know where he came from, but I'm kind of happy he showed up. I'm a big TCU supporter coming out of TCU. He looked awful the first 2 years of his career, and now he looks amazing. And I
Mhm.
do believe that Herbert is part of his revival. Herbert is just unbelievable. He's got to be the stock up for me. I would not be surprised if he's holding some trophies at the end of the season, whether they're awards or team trophies. But you never know, man. The
You never
Chargers
know.
on all sides of the ball look amazing.
They do. The defense looks very good. I think the defense is going to do evil things to Jackson Dart this week, but we will get into that in Pick'em. My stock down. If you said this is your stock down too, I would not blame you in the slightest. But my stock down is the Detroit Tigers. They've lost
I
nine of the
mean,
last 10. They blew like a 5 game lead in the American League. You got Tarek Skubal like breaking people's faces. on attempted bunts.
He also hiked a baseball to the first baseman and missed.
Yep. So everything that could go wrong for the Detroit Tigers is going wrong right now. They're starting to look like the Lions from like the past 90 years before Dan Campbell showed up.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah, the Tigers are not looking good. It's a very scary sight over there in Detroit. Yeah, not losing out of the last 10 obviously isn't good. Might miss the playoffs now. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they'll end up as 6th seed. But yeah, the Detroit Tigers have to be my lockdown.
I mean, it's a perfect start down. The Tigers cannot miss the playoffs. So we said this earlier. If they miss the playoffs, that's a big, big problem. But something that could be good for us. If they miss the playoffs, you're not going to give the Cy Young to a pitcher to make the playoffs, right?
This is true. This is
Like,
true.
if the
The
Tigers miss the
board picked get
playoffs,
some hardware this year.
and Crochet did have a Cy Young worthy display last night
He did.
for
Eight
sure.
innings of no run ball. I love it.
Um, my suck down is another team we already talked about earlier today. But going back to football, it's the Houston Texans. I mean, they
Yep.
got to figure it out because they're another team with high expectations that simply cannot lose this Sunday. They're playing a division rival who they are far superior against. They cannot lose this game. They
Here's
absolutely cannot lose to the Tennessee Titans in Houston.
this is a must win. If you ask me, I agree with you there. And you will hear my opinion on that game when we get to pick them, which we can just roll into right now. You got anything else to say about the Texans?
Not really, no. Let's just get into all of the week four matchups. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, nothing much to say. Just the Texans got to do better.
So we're gonna just jump right into pick 'em here. Right now, our records will be on the screen, including from last week. Shout out to Andrew for doing all the math on that.
So
So
right now, I believe am. I can double check the graphics. I believe I am 15-9.
that sounds correct. Yes.
I think you are 12. No, I believe. Hold on, let me pull up the graphic. I just worked on these.
One thing I
Um,
want to say is
okay, I am 10-5. Or this past week, I went 10-5. Tyler went 9-6. All time, I am 15-6. Tyler is 12-9
okay.
heading into this week.
So last week's show, we did not have the Thursday night game up on the screen because
We did not.
we filmed on Thursday. Me and Andrew were both right there. We both said Buffalo. This week we'll throw it up, even though you guys are obviously going to know what happens by the time this gets uploaded. But Andrew, for tonight's game, we have Seattle versus Arizona down in Phoenix. I'm gonna take Seattle pretty easily here. I think this will be a good game, but the Cardinals started off 2-0, but they played the Saints and the Panthers. Played a team like San Fran last week and lost. Seattle has looked unbelievable the past 2 weeks, so I'm pretty easily gonna say Seattle wins this one.
I'm also going to go Seattle. I think Arizona's a little fraudulent. I think that could get exposed tonight. However, the game is in Arizona, so I'm expecting a good game, but I
Yep.
think Seattle comes away with it for sure. So we agree on that. We
Yep.
first game.
All right. Next game is we have the battle of we can say disappointments right now. We got the Carolina Panthers headed to Foxborough to play the Patriots. I am going to give the Pats one more week of saying they're going to win before I start to get concerned. I think the Panthers are not that good of a team. They just caught the Falcons at a bad time last week and got lucky. I think Vrabel obviously is a very smart coach. I think he can work around this. I think he can play into Bryce Young's weaknesses because obviously we see Bryce Young doesn't have that great of decision making as we've seen. Like doesn't like to check the ball down, goes for the deep shot when it's not open. I think Vrabel's going to expose that. So I'm going to say New England takes down Carolina.
I agree. This is a must win for New England. I do think they'll get a pretty commanding win. Carolina, if you look at the box score, and even if you watch the game, they didn't even play good against Atlanta. Atlanta just had its worst game in modern Falcons history. Bryce Young threw for 120 yards. If the Patriots can play decent football, and Drake May will play good football, Drake May has looked unbelievable this year. He's currently fifth in the league in yards, and in clutch situations, Drake May has the fifth best completion percentage. So I think the Pats should get this done actually pretty handily. I got the Pats with like a 20-point win.
I like it. I like to hear that. So our next game is we got an AFC NFC matchup here. We got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Andrew, I'll throw this one to you for first pick. What are you thinking here?
So this is a across the pond first one that starts at 9:30 for the year. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in this game. I like Pittsburgh, even though I think New England should have beat Pittsburgh last week. I do still trust Pittsburgh's defense to get the job done. I do think Minnesota just had a perfect game last week that I don't think they'll repeat. Wentz did not impress me at all, honestly. It was the Vikings defense that won the game. Wentz was gifted good opportunities by the defense. And I think the Vikings rebounded very, very well. It could not have responded better, actually, after their loss to Atlanta. But I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is just always, they're always a solid team. They got to get those 9 wins somehow. I think this is one of them.
Yep.
It's that simple.
So Andrew, I will be up watching this game, watching my guy Jordan Mason, and I will watch my guy Jordan Mason lead the Vikings to a win because yeah, you said that the defense that they had to rely heavily on the defense last week, but as we saw, how many times did Pittsburgh screw up keeping New England in the game last week? I think the
Decent
Vikings
amount.
I think the Vikings are a better team than the Patriots, and they will capitalize on opportunities like that. So I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings winning this one over across the pond.
Man, it's a fair pick. That game could go either way. I do also think Pittsburgh will travel way better than Minnesota will. There will be a lot more black and yellow in Wembley.
Probably you are definitely right on that one. Our next game is we got an NFC matchup. We got the Commanders versus the Falcons. What do we think?
So I'm still gonna. I'm kind of like you with the Patriots. I'm gonna go one more biased pick. I'm gonna take Atlanta. Hope they can rebound. I do believe Jaden Daniels is gonna be back for Sunday. They haven't said it yet, but I'd be shocked if Daniels missed 2 weeks. I would rather Daniels play because if we lose to Mariota, our former quarterback, who we stunk it up with and then blamed, and then if we lose to Dan Quinn, the head coach, our former head coach, like that would be devastating, and that would actually put an end to the Falcons season if we get a 1-3 start by losing that game. So I think this is kind of a must win for the Dirty Birds. I hope they can get it done, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with the Falcons getting a close win, and they'll probably win in some stupid fashion too. But yeah, give me Atlanta to go 2-2.
I agree with it being a must win, but I don't think they are going to win. I think Jaden Daniels will be back. The offense is going to be way more dynamic. You'll see Debo get involved. I don't believe Terry is playing this week, right? I heard he's questionable.
I heard he's questionable, leaning towards doubtful.
Yeah. So I think we'll see Debo get used a lot more. We'll see Bill hopefully get used more. Zach Ertz is probably going to be heavily involved. So I'm going to take the Commanders winning this one. Next
It's a
up,
fair pick.
next up, this is one I think we can just mutually agree on. We don't have to go into detail here. We got the Bills versus the Saints. 3, 2, 1. Bills.
Saints. Give me the Bills by 45.
Bills by a million in that
And
one.
this is not a Packers Browns moment. If
No, this
if
is
the
not a
Saints
factor.
win this game, that would knock out 15 million people in their survivor pool if the Saints beat the Bills this week.
Yeah. So now, Andrew, we have Browns Lions. Two teams up north. What are we thinking?
I'm falling for it again. Give me Detroit. The Browns are not doing that twice in a row. And this one's at Detroit. I'd be stunned if Cleveland did that twice in a row.
I agree with you here. I don't think Cleveland is going to pull two upsets in a row. I think Detroit's offense is way too explosive. O-line is very, I think they'll be able to not fully contain Myles Garrett, but at least limit him getting to Jared Goff. So yeah, give me Detroit. Next one, we have the toilet bowl of the week. We got the Titans versus the Texans. I'm gonna just give you my little explanation here. The Texans need to win this game to still have faith in their franchise quarterback, CJ Stroud, still have faith in DeMeco Ryans, former coach of the year, have faith in everybody. But Andrew, that is not going to happen this week. I,
Really?
I think Tennessee is going to get their first win. Cam Ward is going to get his first NFL win on
I
the road
do like Cam Ward.
in Houston. He's shown signs of being good. I think they're finally going to figure it all out this week, and the Titans are going to pick up their first win.
I actually do like Cam Ward, so I don't mind the pick, but I got to go with Houston. It's a must win. It's in Houston. They'll have their fans to back them up. This is a must win for Houston. I think they should get it done. If they don't, then the season's over. It's as
Essentially,
simple as that. It's as simple as that, Tyler.
next one, I think we got another like snoozer right here. We can probably say our answer at the same time.
Yep.
Next game we got Chargers versus Jackson Dart and the Giants for the very first time. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah.
5 million. I think they're throwing Jackson Dart into the deep end of the pool right here, facing probably a top three defense in the league right now in the Chargers. They've just been super
I
low.
think Dart, yeah, I can't believe that they put Jackson Dart's first career start against probably the hottest team in football, the hottest defense in football,
Yep.
besides maybe the Vikings. I can't believe they didn't put Jameis Winston in this week. I would throw Jameis and then give Dart a chance against. a simpler team. I'm not totally sure who the
I
Giants
think
have coming up.
I think there's a plan for Jameis, and I will get to that when we get to a certain team that I'm thinking of with him. Next game, our only undefeated battle of the week, we have the Eagles versus Tampa.
I gotta go Philly here.
Yeah.
It's at Tampa, and I would expect a lot of people to actually pick Tampa here, but I think Tampa's finally gonna fall, and I think Philly's gonna have a great day, and I think it's gonna be a great Jalen Hurts day
Mhm.
because Tampa has one of the best running defenses in the league, and I think Saquon will have his way sometimes, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't rely on Saquon this week. The Bucks' run defense is no joke. Todd Bowles has got a good running defense over there. They locked down Bijan in the rushing aspect of things, but he also had over 100 receiving yards that week. But that's why I think maybe AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Hurts, they're gonna have a field day in the air, and Hurts needs it because he has not thrown for a touchdown
Yeah.
up until week 3.
I think until you beat the champs, I'm going to pick them every single time. So yeah, give me the
Exactly.
pretty easily.
That's another good point.
Next one, this is actually going to be a very good game. I think this might be one of the better games of the week. We got Indy versus the Rams.
I was thinking of this one for a while. I'm picking LA. I wanted to pick the Colts really bad. The game's in LA. The fans will be behind them. LA's defense is pretty freaking good. Matt Stafford looks amazing right now. I got to go with the Rams here.
Yeah, I would love to see Danny Dimes and the Colts go 4-0, just making the Giants look even dumber than they already are. I don't think it's going to happen. I think LA is going to
I don't
bounce
either.
back. I think LA is going to bounce back with some anger and take the dub this week.
I
Uh,
agree with you.
we're running low on our first meeting timer. We got about like 2 minutes left, so
Yeah,
I say we just go to the bell, and we'll just cut away till when we get back up.
let's do it.
We're almost done with Sunday though. So next game we have Jacksonville versus San Francisco.
This should be a simple San Francisco win. Jacksonville is the most phony 2-1 team in the league. It's not even remotely close. I still do not like Trevor Lawrence. He needs to prove something to me because I do not like how he's played so far this year. I don't like how he looks. Ryan Thomas has been unbelievably disappointing. Travis Etienne, funny enough, has been one of the main bright spots for that team. He's actually had a great start to the season. He has kind of slowed down since his week 1 blast off, but yeah, no, Jacksonville's gonna get shut down by San Fran's defense. I think it'll be another low scoring game. San Fran will win like 20 something to like 13, I think.
I think all the Travis Etienne fantasy owners are going to get pleasantly humbled this week. Niners, even without Nick Bosa, the defense is always going to play. I think they'll shut him down. I think they're going to shut Trevor down. I think the Niners are going to win this one pretty easily.
I agree.
All right, next game we got here. I don't know how these teams are both 1-2, if I'm being completely honest, Andrew, but we got the Ravens versus the Chiefs in the 4 o'clock window. What do we think here? One of
And
these
I
teams
absolutely
is going to be 1-3, which is the craziest thing in the world.
I, I love that they're both 1-2, and I actually don't think this game is going to be very close. Give me Baltimore by a decent amount, actually.
I was going to
I
say,
think Baltimore is a much better team than Kansas City. I do think Baltimore is still one of the best teams in the league. They lost to two of the best teams in the NFL, and you can argue the Chiefs did too, but the Ravens look a lot more competitive than Kansas City does right now.
yes, but Kansas City's losing in like the 1-score fashion. Baltimore lost a 1-score game, but then the Lions had their way with them. But Kansas City is so used to winning those 1-score games that they're just losing like their momentum. And now I know those are famous last words most of the time, but I gotta see Kansas City like get back to their winning ways before I can pick them in a game like this. So I'm gonna say Kansas City ends up 1-3 and Baltimore wins this one. So one more game left in the 4 o'clock window. One is like the battle of depression. We got
Yeah, honestly.
the Bears versus the Raiders.
It's the battle of teams we've never been alive to see when they're good.
Yep,
Um, but this is where we have differing opinions. I believe you have the Bears winning.
I have the Bears winning this one. Yes,
I
because
do
Caleb
not. I
Williams
got
was
Vegas.
awesome last week. Okay, there's another headbutt right there. So that
I'm
will
gonna go with Vegas.
that'll separate our record right there. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Bears winning this one. Caleb looked really, really good last week. He used all of the weapons he had around him very well. So I'm gonna say the Bears keep it rolling and Ben Johnson gets his team to 2-2.
I did love what I saw out of Luther Bird, and he obviously played phenomenal last week. Roma Dunze looks amazing. DJ Moore kind of starting to fade out of that offensive scheme a little bit. I'm gonna go with Vegas because I wonder if Trey Tucker is gonna be a 1 week wonder or if he starts to become a really good receiver for the Raiders. Because if you have him and Meyer as weapons, you can maybe start to see the Raiders become, and obviously Brock Bowers, of course, in the receiving aspect for Geno Smith, who has not looked amazing this year, but with three solid receiving weapons and hopefully an Ashton Genty who can finally pick it up. I think the Raiders have a decent offense, and they haven't looked amazing this year, but they possibly have the weapons to turn it around. I think we'll see that this week.
Yeah.
And the Raiders fans are rowdy, man. It's a real home field advantage over there, no
Yeah.
matter how good or bad they are.
I think they can figure it out. I just don't think this will be the week. I think the Bears have a lot of momentum coming off of their first win, and I think they'll keep that rolling. Next, we have a game of one team just letting out all their anger of last week, losing to a team
Yeah,
they shouldn't have lost to. We got Packers, Cowboys. I'm going to take the Packers very easily. It is going to be back in Dallas. Jerry already said Micah will not be getting a tribute video. So I think Micah is going to sack Dak 3 times and have at least 15 tackles. I think it's going to be an unbelievable day for Micah Parsons in Dallas.
it's one of those times where I actually do agree with Jerry. Micah doesn't really deserve a tribute video in Dallas. He didn't really do anything, and he left them in a very negative way. He doesn't really
He
need
did
a
not
tribute
make
video.
them. He
But
traded
I
them.
also think that Parsons is going to have an absolute clinic with the Cowboys' offensive line on Sunday night. I don't think the game's going to be very close at all. I'm with you on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Mike has a field day, and I think Jordan Love finds his rhythm again. The Packers take a commanding win in Jerry's world. I think
Now,
that place is empty by the middle of the third quarter because they're not loyal.
now the NFL realized they gave us such a bad game on Monday night that they went and gave us two. First one,
This is the real toilet bowl.
first one we got the 0-3 Jets versus the 0-3 Dolphins. Andrew, what do you
This is the.
one of these teams has to win. So who do we think?
I think they'll just tie, man. This is the worst matchup of the season so far. Actually, I forget. I picked Miami, I think,
Yeah, I have
but
my
I would not be surprised if the Jets win. It's in Miami. I think Miami still has solid weapons. Tyreek's a good receiver. Like Waddle looks better this year. Achane's a stud running back. The Jets defense is awful. I think it's actually an offensive battle. I do think both teams put up points.
I think this is going to be a high scoring
It's
game,
got
and
to be Miami though.
I think whoever Sauce isn't guarding is going to have a great game because Sauce has had such a
Yep.
the rest of his defense just is not good. And now
No,
the other game, we have one of the best regular season games from last year, late into the season. We have Bengals Broncos. So we got a 2-1 versus a 1-2. Andrew, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
I'm not sure if it's going to be a total beatdown like it was last week, but I think it's a pretty commanding win for the Broncos.
Yeah,
I said the Jaguars were the most fraudulent 1-2 team. I think the Broncos are the most legit. Wait, no. I said the Jaguars are the most fraudulent 2-1 team. The Broncos are the most legit 1-2 team. Denver is a very good team. I'm very high on the Broncos. They lost to two teams who are 3-0,
yeah. Denver,
right? I mean,
Denver's a penalty away from being 2-1.
Denver's a penalty away from being 2-1, and they honestly could have taken last week's game too. That game was neck and neck. I love Bo Nix. I really do. I love Bo Nix. I think Cortland Sutton's also a stud option. Troy Franklin had a good week too. He was silent last week, hoping he can maybe find his rhythm again this week on Monday night. But yeah, give me Denver by a good amount. I believe the game is in Denver. It's in Mile High. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a blowout, but it's on the verge of it. I think it's a pretty commanding win for Denver.
I'm hoping we can see Cincinnati like keep the momentum moving because they obviously still want to compete for when Joe is able to come back. But I think Broncos country is going to ride into the victory lane with this one.
I know you want Jamar Chase to finally
Him
get
and
back
Chase
into his
Brown.
groove.
If Chase Brown wants to like play football again, I would like that too. I would never complain about that.
That's a fair point.
Mhm. So now, Andrew, those are all of our picks. Let us know if you agree with us, if you're going to fade our picks, whatever you want. But now, Andrew, we are going to bring back a segment that we used to do in the studio, but now our faces are going to be a little bit bigger for this. We're going to bring back Hall of Knowledge. And
Yes, sir.
today's game we're going to do is the receiving yard leader from every single year of the NFL's existence. So we will be right back. We're going to set it up. We're going to cut right to that now. All right, guys, welcome back to Hall of Knowledge. You see the little logo right below us. Andrew's got the screen popped up right here. So this is going to be the receiving yards leader for every season in NFL history. Got 93 up there for when they really first started recording yards. We all know the NFL's over 100 years old. But Andrew, I mean, I think we can just get it started and we can just start spamming names.
I think we're ready to go. Yeah. So a quick PSA. Obviously there are receivers on here who have led this league in yards multiple times, and when you do type a name, it is going to show up multiple times. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But we're gonna start from 2024 and work our way down. And whenever someone pops up multiple times, whatever happens, happens. So let's get right into it. So Jamar Chase led
Uh,
us off last year. Before that
CD Lamb, I
was
believe.
it was
No,
not CeeDee Lamb. Was it Jefferson? It was probably
he,
Jefferson.
he's one of
No, it was
them.
the year before. Oh,
Cooper
no, it
Cup.
was Tyreek. It was Tyreek.
Yes.
Then we got Cooper
Cooper Cup
Cup.
2021.
Then we got, I believe this was Devontae Adams. No, it was
Really?
not.
It's DeAndre
It's not
Hopkins.
Devontae Adams. I don't
DeAndre,
think Hopkins ever led the league in yards. Yeah, no.
I mean,
Oh, um, this is Diggs, I think.
nice,
Back
nice
back
pull.
when it was in Buffalo. 2019.
I feel like Mike Evans has to be on here at least once.
That's a good guess. We'll use him earlier.
Nope.
I know Julio was 2018 and 2015.
Might as well just throw him
Julio
in.
was twice.
So
This
that's
might be Antonio Brown. It's not, but we got him out of the way for
throw in Julio.
earlier ones. Yeah, we'll throw Julio up. There you go.
Calvin Johnson.
2018 and
Calvin
15.
Johnson is definitely on here.
Yep.
Moss, probably is here.
Both Johnsons, Andre and Calvin.
And Ocho. Ocho in 2006. No, Ocho's already there. See, in
Oh
2006.
wait. Yeah.
Um, Randy Moss, obviously. No.
Yeah. We'll just start. We'll just.
What?
Oh, wow.
Randy Moss never led the league in receiving yards? Wow.
Open the vault.
Wow.
Here's the real best
Say,
receiver of all
real
time.
best receiver of all time right there.
I can't believe I just typed out Ocho Cinco.
Irvin is probably on here too.
Huh?
Michael Irvin's probably on here.
Yeah, multiple times for or once. Wow.
Oh, you think
Torrey Holt
you
is
think
probably on
you
there.
think
Yeah,
one of these
Torrey
is
Holt.
Kelsey? Oh well.
I'll
What
give
about
Gronk a shot though. Nah.
um
Why? Oh, is it my? It's definitely Michael Thomas. Yeah, there you
yes,
go.
can't guard Mike.
Forgot about his
Yeah.
peak.
I'm
Hmm.
trying to think of other 2010s receivers. Oh, you think Antonio Gates is on here?
I don't know.
How
If it
about
wasn't Kelsey or Gronk, Gates wouldn't have done
how
it.
about Tony G?
I was just about to say that. I don't think a tight end's ever done it. Oh
Um
my God. You know who 2016 is? T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton, one of the
T.Y.
most
Hilton,
disrespected players
baby.
of all time.
Never forget his prime, man.
Yes, sir. The guy was a beast.
He was a Madden stud too.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to think of like cover athletes now too.
2013 is where I'm lost.
Yeah. Oh, you think Hines Ward is maybe on here?
He
No.
dang.
Oh,
He has a
Marvin Harrison.
yeah, good one. He's probably on there multiple times. There you go.
Plus.
You got him twice.
You think Demarius Thomas? Maybe? Because that's the year because I was the year Peyton Manning had like 50 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, no, not
Oh no,
Thomas.
he would have been on there if you typed in Mike Thomas then.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Why did I just type out Thomas twice?
Um, you don't think like Edelman's on here or anything, right? Probably.
Fitzgerald has to be on here.
Larry
Wow,
Fitz never led the league in receiving yards. Wow.
never. And I do not think Edelman's on here. No. If he
Um,
didn't do it in the later years, he did not do it in 2013. I'll type it anyway because yeah, no.
hmm.
I'm stuck here. I'm stuck right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to think. Who are some other like all-time greats, I guess? Oh,
It's crazy.
you think like Plaxico ever did it?
Huh?
Think Plaxico Burress ever did it?
How do you spell that?
Let me check that for you. Burress.
No, nothing.
Hmm.
I got like a stunning halt right now. I seriously don't know where to go from here.
I'm
I
trying to.
cannot believe Randy Moss never led the league in yards, not once.
That's crazy to me.
That is wild. I'm
Uh,
trying to think of like the older
oh,
days. Who was?
Sterling Sharp. He triple crowned. I know that's.
There you go. Yeah, good pull. I'm trying to think of more guys like that from like the 90s or 80s.
I'm trying to think of like quarterbacks that had like a good
Terrell Owens, seriously?
T.O. never did it either. Wow.
Never? This is crazy. We got to reconsider the greatest receivers of all time.
I know, right? I mean,
Like, you don't need to
Jerry
lead
Rice
one.
has cemented himself, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Um, this 2013 one is pissing me off.
Yeah, no, how are we not getting 2013?
Um, who was good
It
in
wasn't Mike Evans.
who was good in fantasy?
That would have been like his rookie year. Dude, I did not play fantasy in 2013, bro. I was like
I don't
seven.
think it's like Odell, right?
He wasn't in the league in 2013. I'm pretty sure he was at LSU that year.
Hmm.
Here,
Uh,
let's get a pause. We need to think
we
here.
gotta regroup. Like,
We gotta dial
what
it
are we
in.
missing right now is what I'm wondering. Like, there's so many good receivers like ever, but we just can't think of any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm seriously at a halt right now. I can't.
Oh, Bolitnikov, resume. The guy that
I'm
the
gonna need I'm gonna need help spelling that too.
yeah, hold on, I got you.
Still 0-0.
Bilet Bil
Oh,
Nikoff. You've got to be kidding me.
that's
This
crazy.
this dude has a wide receiver award named after him, and he never led the league in receiving yards.
It is wild.
How are we not getting any of these guys in like the 80s?
I
Like
don't know. I can't think right now.
it was never like Chris Collinsworth, right?
I'm gonna be low key pissed if it's Chris Collinsworth. Yeah, no.
You don't think like these 2010 ones is like Welker, right?
Hey man, let's keep throwing out options.
Well, let's think of like good quarterbacks. Like who did Brett Favre have as receivers? Oh, what's his name? Uh, we'll try like Jordy Nelson,
Els. Willie Nelson's a good one. Randall Cobb, no.
Donald Driver. Oh, who was the other receiver on Greatest Show on Turf? Oh my God, what was his name? Isaac Bruce. Bruce.
No, yeah. There we go.
Bang! There you go.
96, baby.
Uh, oh my
What
God.
about Reggie Wayne?
There you
Bang, there we go. Oh 07.
Reggie Wayne. Bang. Shout out the Indianapolis Colts, man. They have three different guys represented on here today.
Yeah, the Colts got a historic franchise, low key.
Who else, dude?
2010 and 2013 are tough.
I'm trying to think of like just like Madden legends now at this point. Um, I'm curious to see what like the average like score on this is because this is tough.
It is tough.
I feel like the rushing yards would honestly be easier.
I think so too. But I think it's more consistent.
Who was like John Elway's guy? Did he have a guy? It wasn't like
Now
C.
that like now that you mention it, I don't know.
It wasn't
But
like
like John,
it wasn't like Eddie
98.
McCaffrey, right?
I don't think so. But I mean, if there was, it would be 98. That was the year Elway won the whole thing.
Try Ed McCaffrey.
Is that how you spell it?
Rey.
Huh?
Rey instead of Ey.
I
Nope.
always mess that part up.
Hmm.
2013.
Who were like this only
Dang.
guys that played for the Steelers? Like I feel like we should know these.
Like the 1970s Steelers.
Yes.
I can't believe I can't think of the guys who Bradshaw threw to.
You know
Like
who
who was the guy? Like the legendary catch. Like
that was Franco Harris, but he was a fullback.
yeah,
No, but they had like a guy at receiver, you know what I mean? Like he was one of like them ones. Um, this is so tough.
this is tough.
I'm surprised Demarius Thomas didn't do it when Peyton Manning literally threw for 50 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. What about? Josh Gordon,
Oh my
let's
God.
go.
What a
Let's
pull.
go.
Shout out Josh
Oh
Gordon.
my God. What a legend before it all went downhill. But what a legend.
I know, right?
I was
What a
there we
pull.
go. I'm so happy we figured that out.
Did
I was
Drew
trying to think of more like niche receivers.
did Drew Brees like have a guy in like that 2010s, 2000s era when they won?
I don't think so. No. He never had a guy like Michael Thomas.
Um,
2010 I won't be able to get. There's no way.
so that
I'm
Josh Gordon pull was
20 seconds left. I didn't even realize we have like no time left. I'm
we
so
got over a third of it. I'm so disappointed in us and like
yeah, I know. I bet you we're below the average. We're
Steve
around the
Largent,
average. Oh, we did not
Steve
say
Smith,
Steve Smith.
uh,
Steve Largent's a tough one too.
Lance Allworth, we probably should have gotten. Look at this dude, Don Hudson, dude.
Yeah, I know. Don Hudson. Basically, is that where Doc Hudson came from? Don Hudson?
Probably, yeah. Harold Carmichael was one that we probably could have
Steve
got.
Largent's the bad one, bro. Same with, well, honestly, Lance Holloway. I agree with you.
Is the guy from? I'm trying to
I'm gonna
see.
be honest, dude. I don't know. I would not have been
Yeah.
able to think of any of these besides like Steve Smith. We should have got that one. That was a bad one. But,
Uh,
like my football ball knowledge does not go back in time like my NBA knowledge does. I can't think of 40s and 50s guys.
oh yeah. That's not really on our fault though.
It
Vince,
will become
Vince
it now.
Vaughn,
Now we gotta
Vince
learn
Vaughn
that.
was the guy I was thinking of.
Running backs will be a different story. I can name you some old running backs, but receivers is tough.
Wait,
Otis Taylor is someone I feel like we should have gotten
scroll up. I feel like we did above average. Oh
or
my God.
around, or around just below. So
If we said like Steve Smith and Largent, we would have had it. All right.
that was a tough display there
That was rough.
on the Hall of Knowledge. We have lost our spots currently in the Hall of Knowledge. They
Yeah.
replaced us with
I think Will Nick is in there now.
Masataka Yoshida.
Yeah. But
It's actually called the Will Nicholson Hall of Knowledge.
yeah,
It's named after him.
yeah. So Andrew, that was pretty embarrassing, but now instead of
It's tough.
combining our knowledge, we're gonna separate it and we're gonna go into on the clock. I
Let's
had
do it.
I had the category pick today,
You
and
did.
my pick is the best one-on-one player rivalries of all time. So Andrew, I picked the category. You have the first pick. Who are you taking as your
So I got my list right here. I do not have many, but I got my favorite ones. You know which one I'm taking first. I know which one I'm taking first. We all have it's the universal player to player rival. They've saved the league. They turned individual rivalries into what it is now. Magic Larry, the greatest individual rivalry ever.
There you go.
That's probably one of the top three easiest 101s we've had in I think 15 on the clocks.
It's up there. That's very respectable.
It was a no-brainer.
That did bring joy back to basketball.
My
Uh,
roommate disagrees.
my first one, I wonder if your roommate's going to agree with this. My first pick is going to be Messi and Ronaldo.
Messi Ronaldo was gonna be my second pick.
I think,
That's like the modern elite rivalry for
I
sure.
mean, like these guys went band for band on Ballon d'Or. What it seemed like every year in the 2000s to the 2010s, like so much winning between the two of them in the Champions League, La Liga. Ronaldo has some Premier League, Messi not really any Premier League success. So yeah,
It's going to be decades before we see two players as good as them in the same era
yeah,
again. Like
I
it's
agree.
very rare in any sport to see players like that, but in soccer, that's not what we grew up with was something special and something that won't be repeated for
Yeah,
a long time. And that's why I believe it is probably the second best player rivalry of all time. It's the
yeah,
most popular one ever. It's the most popular player rivalry ever. Ronaldo and Messi. You go anywhere in the world, there's an opinion somewhere
yep,
about who they believe is better.
I,
So
yep,
that's a
totally.
valid 102. Entering round two, you took away what was going to be my second pick. I'm torn between two here. You're going to pick the other one that I don't pick. So I think we're going to go towards a single person sport and go Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier,
Yep.
the original single player rivalry. They faced each other three times. Two of them were the greatest fights ever.
My camera froze. I don't know what's going
Your
on.
camera did freeze.
I'm trying to turn it off.
Yeah, you have
There we
like
go. All right.
a
There we
rock walk.
go.
There we go. We're
There we go.
back.
I'm back. I don't know what was up with all of that, but yeah.
I thought that was just my
It
screen.
said Ali and Frazier.
Yeah, Ali and Frazier. I think that's another one of the greatest rivalries of all time. It was like the original 1v1 rivalry. Everyone was into
Yeah.
Ali versus Frazier.
So I think you're saying I'm going to take the one that you didn't. I think you were still thinking one-on-one rivalries here. I feel like that's where your brain was at, like individual sport rivalries. I'm going to take two guys. I don't. This is either going to win me the draft or lose me the draft. Two guys that faced off against each other so many times and are both often in the GOAT debate of their sport, along with one other guy. Give me Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, that's a fair pick. So I was torn between three, and I think between individual sports, it doesn't get much better than that in the modern era.
Yeah,
It's the rivalry of individual sports in today's world. They faced off. I can't even tell you how. I think
so many times.
over over 30 times. I think, and Federer definitely has the all time matchup. I don't think it's very close, but it's they've had some legendary times for who knows how long now. That's
So
one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Yeah,
shout out
whenever you think of tennis,
to
you think of them, bro.
shout out to Djokovic too. He's great, but these two like really made tennis like skyrocket.
100%, 100%. So now we're gonna go back to team sports here. This is what I believe is the best single player rivalry in team sports that we haven't said yet. I'm gonna go with Brady Manning.
Yeah,
Rivalry that
I know
lasted for
it was on my list.
15 years in the league. They each had each other in different eras. In the early days, Brady owned Manning, but on Manning's way out, Manning got the last laugh, just like his brother. And Tom and Peyton is one of the greatest individual rivalries in football history,
Mhm.
no doubt in my mind. In my opinion, the two greatest quarterbacks of all time. Their clashes were always legendary. You think of the Colts Patriots, then you think of the Broncos Patriots. You think of the 24-0 comeback in 2013. That game was legendary. The Broncos beat us in the AFC Championship twice,
Yep, yep.
sending the Pats home twice. But yeah, two of the greatest quarterbacks ever. I think it's an elite rivalry.
So my next one is gonna be like one of the first individual rivalries in team sports. I'm gonna take
I was gonna pick this next.
Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that next. The Battle of Big Men. Will
They
own the
hated each
stats.
other. Their
They
rivalry
did.
was so petty that when Wilt signed a contract for $100,000, was the largest contract in NBA history at the time, Bill Russell demanded the Celtics pay him $100,001.
I mean, there it was the yeah. It's like you said. It's like the original team sport rivalry. Wilt owned the stat sheet, and Bill Russell got all the rings.
Yes.
But they were by far the two best players in the NBA, not a doubt. They were man amongst men. They were men amongst men. The two of them together.
Yeah. They're just grown men, to say the least. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're gonna stick with the team sports, right? We're gonna go back to the modern era, and these I'm torn between two, and they're very, very similar in their respective sports. We're gonna head to the ice and go with Sidney Crosby versus Alex Ovechkin. One
Great.
of the one of one of the elite modern day rivalries.
Mhm.
Sid the Kid and Alex Ovechkin. They've been in the same division both their whole careers. They've been clashing their whole careers. Each of them got Stanley Cups. And on Ovechkin's way to his Stanley Cup, he actually took down the Penguins to do it. And they both have respect for each other, but it is definitely one of the biggest rivalries in hockey history.
I have to go one here that is very meaningful to both you and I. They really only faced off on the biggest stage twice, even though it really happened four times. But two of those a lot of people don't like to count. Give me the rival. I'm getting goosebumps talking about this. Give me the
Yeah.
rival of our childhood. Give me LeBron James and
This is what I was torn between LeBron and Steph or Sidney and Ovechkin.
so yeah, give
But
LeBron and Steph. Two of the greatest NBA finals I have ever watched in my entire life were 2015 and 2016. 2016 is the greatest sporting event I have ever lived through in my entire life. Seeing LeBron come back 3-1 against 73-9 Warriors. LeBron and Steph, anytime you'd see the two of those guys on the roster sheets, you knew it was going to be one of the best games you've ever watched.
I mean, yeah, the game five and game seven of the 2016 finals was the greatest basketball I've ever watched personally. It was simpler times, and it was, in my opinion, the greatest times ever.
Hmm.
So now we're gonna head back to, I believe this is my fourth pick.
This is our
Or is this
final.
pick number? This is pick number five. So we're gonna head back to individual sports for this final one. We're gonna head back to another old time rivalry, another original rivalry, but it's not really thought of
I think
by
I know what
kids. This
you're
is
talking
more
about.
an adults rivalry. We're gonna head to golf, and it's Arnold
Yep.
Palmer and Jack Nicklaus.
They were up here on my list as well. Yep.
In my opinion, it's I mean, well, not even my opinion. It's a fact. It's the greatest rivalry in golf history. There's no debate about it. You can't say Phil and Tiger were a better rivalry than Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Like those two genuinely hated each other. They were always like almost again like men amongst men. They were the best at their sport for years when they ruled the game. It was never
That's a crazy
close.
rivalry that they mentioned it in Happy Gilmore too. And Arnold Palmer has been dead for how long?
I I have no idea actually.
Yeah. So my last pick, hold on, I just need to check this off. I have three left on my list. I think I'm gonna go with 80s, 90s hockey when the two greatest hockey players of all time were playing against each other. Give me Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux.
Yep, that's a great pick. I can't, I was kind of surprised at myself that I took Sid and Ovechkin over them. But Lemieux and like they didn't play each other too many times,
Hmm.
whereas Sid and Ovechkin play each other all the time every year. But I think that's a valid fifth
Yeah,
pick. Two of the greatest players ever,
yeah.
right? I
The
mean, two of
GOAT,
the greatest,
the GOAT, and then probably like the second greatest
probably the two greatest players of all time. Actually, like I would probably say Lemieux is probably number two.
playing in the exact
So I mean, I think it's a great pick.
same. So,
By the way, I just looked up when Arnold Palmer died. He passed away 9 years ago to this day,
wow.
September 25th, 2016.
Rest in peace, Arnold
So
Palmer.
that's a little crazy. Rest in peace to Arnold Palmer,
He makes a great drink.
legend of golf.
So Andrew, to recite the teams, my team is Messi and Ronaldo, Federer and Nadal, Chamberlain and Russell, LeBron and Curry, and Gretzky and Lemieux.
That's a valid team. That's stacked actually. My team is Magic Larry, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Brady Manning, Cindy Ovechkin, and Palmer Nicholas.
This is gonna be another
That's the toughest one yet, man.
figuring these out when we're back in person.
That's a tough one.
Remember, this is gonna be a fun time in Ivana's
Oh,
office.
not for Ivana though. It'll be fun for us. It will not be
Be
fun
fun
for
for us.
her.
So now I want to. I had how many honorable mentions do you have?
Zero.
All of mine got drafted, but
Every one of mine got
everyone on my list
drafted.
got drafted except for two. So I will say my two honorable mentions.
Okay.
First one is a very recent rivalry in women's basketball. Caitlin
Oh,
Clark and Angel.
that's a good one. I did not think of that.
Shout out Will Nicholson for this. But yeah, Clark and
I
Angel
wouldn't have put them in the all time, but that's a good one.
spiked up women's basketball for forever because of that national.
100%.
One of the most impactful rivalries on here we can all agree on. And then last one, I don't know if this would have if you would have like counted this because it's more entertainment in sport, even though they're still athletes. Stone Cold and The Rock was my last one.
That's another good one. Wrestlers was also something I didn't think about, and I kind of wish I did.
I mean, when it comes to
That,
wrestling, like there's
it
not
doesn't
a
get
better
better than
rivalry
that.
than Stone Cold and The Rock.
That would have been such a valid pick.
Like the
Yeah,
Reddit.
wrestling is peak, man. Wrestling is a sport for sure. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
they're the most talented people, some of the most talented people on the planet.
Yeah. They're like the best athletes out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
It's
let
been
us
another
know.
great show, man.
Yeah. Let us know who
So
has the better
15, I think,
roster.
15 or 16. Right now, Red Sox update 0-0 middle of the fifth.
Mhm.
3-1 White Sox in the bottom of the fourth
Hey,
in Yankee
I'm
Stadium.
not
So,
gonna get too comfortable with that because we saw what happened last time the White Sox had a lead.
I mean, the Yankees just blew it. I mean, no, well, the White Sox blew it. I was actually very surprised the Yankees won that game.
So yeah, Andrew, this has been consistently 2 weeks now of
We're consistent.
putting the things in. So we're gonna get the post done on this. We're gonna upload this by tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week and sometime soon you might be seeing some guests on here. Andrew and I are using our networks wisely. We'll just say that for now. But yeah, this has been second episode of the Sports Wire Rebirth. I'm Tyler Panero.
Andrew Youngworth.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.